heard about the water crisis in Flint, Michigan, and it was huge. There were so many people getting affected, but the thing that I really saw was all the kids that were my age who were exposed to poison every day, and just because they were using water as a daily resource. And my first instinct is, why is this happening? Like, everybody should have clean water to drink. Like, this is a right.
Clean water always makes you feel good. The tool allows easy testing at home or by agencies for quick detection and remedial actions. I hope this helps in a small way to detect and prevent long-term health effects of lead contamination for many of us.
I think it was the idea of putting myself in their shoes and thinking about it in that way, and realizing that I wouldn't want that to happen to me or my family or the rest of the people in my town. It's just a scary thought that tomorrow our water could be contaminated. You know, I always think of science to solve a problem, and so I wanted to create some type of thing that completely removes lead out of water. And it's kind of like tackling global warming, which is really difficult. So that's when I took a step back and realized that the bigger problem was people didn't know that there was lead in their water. That's what I wanted to do, was create a lead and water detector device. And so that's how I created the idea of Tethys. So this is the device. So how this works is, this is a disposable cartridge, and this includes a carbon nanotube sensor in it. And so how this nanotube sensor works is, it's a huge carbon nanotube, and when it's dipped into water, if there's lead in the water, it sticks to the chloride ions and forms like speed bumps at the base of the carbon nanotube. So when the current goes through really fast, it goes over these speed bumps and gets slower and slower. So I know the more speed bumps or molecules there are, the more lead there is in the water. So the first sketches of my device, I was coming up with kind of the details of everything. It was a very complex design that, you know, I wanted to figure out how I could connect the wires to the sensor, how I connect the sensor to the device. I think my family really, you know, enjoys. Like, they really support me on whatever I do. I was introduced to science really because of them, because I saw them working in, you know, science and technology fields every day. And so once I discovered that, I kind of grew into the passion for it. I guess it was just determination and persistence. I had to learn about, you know, electronics, coding. I had to learn more about 3D design and printing. And I also had to look at engineering portions, like how is it going to fit all these components? How is it going to serve as the best user-friendly device? And I also had to learn how to code an app. The hardest thing in this whole process was finding a lab to do all of these tests, actually. And then knowing how to do these tests without, you know, killing myself.
I had mentioned to her parents, I think that was back in the spring, that we were open for internships. And they said, okay, we'll get back in touch. And so they did. After everything calmed down at the end of school, they reached back out. How excited she is to learn, how hands-on she wants to be. She even came back last week for an additional day to help us clean some of those little statues up. And she's like, I told my mom I'd rather be here than at home. So that's really exciting for us.
So I'm wondering if we need to make that part even just a little bit bigger.
Just the whole thing?
Just so this is wider.
I think it's the idea that I love doing all of these things that it makes it easier for me to do it. Have an idea, go for it. If you fail, then try again. Have a blast with whatever you're doing. Even if it's science, if it's not science, have fun.